Yo, YouTube, we're back. We're reacting to the NBA 10, Bad 10. I'm out here when the song's live when he says, Satan. You
It's
know,
been a tough year for the NBA crew.
why is that?
Not only is Youngboy on house arrest, but his right-hand man, NBA Ben 10, was allegedly involved in a drive-by shooting that got his cousin killed. Let's take a look at what went down. On December 3rd, 2021, around 11:30 p.m., police deputies from the Ascension Parish Sheriff's Office were called to investigate.
So that's Ascension Parish?
Around 11:30 p.m., police deputies from the Ascension.
Chad, this is where I used to live. Fun fact. I used to live in Ascension Parish, Louisiana.
Parish Sheriff's Office were called to investigate a truck that was not moving in the middle of I-10 near Prairieville, Louisiana.
Near Prairieville, Louisiana. This is where I used to live as well, Prairieville, Louisiana.
The police quickly realized the vehicle had been shot multiple times and there was 2 victims inside. One male victim was dead and the other was brought to the hospital and expected to survive. Police ain't revealed the identities of the victims but confirmed they was both from Baton Rouge. A motive ain't been established, but police say they was likely targeted and the shooting wasn't random. According to rumors, the victims were NBA Ben 10 and his cousin. Ben allegedly survived, but his cousin, unfortunately, lost his life. At this time, the identities of the victims have not been confirmed by official outlets, so for now, it's just a rumor. NBA Ben 10 is one of Youngboy's day one homies. They grew up together in Baton Rouge, along with Youngboy's brother, OG3, who was also Ben's cousin. 3 introduced Ben to Youngboy, and they've been cool ever since. He was one of the first dudes they recruited when they first started NBA. Ben 10 is also the brother of another NBA affiliate named NBA Pap, who was arrested in connection with the murder of NBA's main rival, G Money. Even though he's still pretty young, Ben 10 has a long rap sheet. Not much about his early life is known, but he and Youngboy were both arrested for attempted murder back in 2016 and almost lost it all before they became famous. On November 2nd, 2016, police were called to the 200 block of Kentucky Street in Baton Rouge. They received reports that 4 male suspects drove past and fired shots at 2 male victims standing on the front lawn. About a mile away, police found a male victim in a silver Hyundai sedan parked on May Street. The man was shot in the neck and brought to the hospital. The other men in the car had already fled the scene before police arrived. Only 9 hours before, there was another shooting that left an 18-year-old high school student dead. DeAndre Riggs had been shot in the chest less than a block away from his crib at 1951 Nebraska Street. Riggs was also a local rapper who went by the name Boozilla and was Youngboy's cousin. Boozilla and Youngboy had a complicated relationship. At one point, they was beefing, but they eventually made up and was cool at the time of his death. Police believe the drive-by on Kentucky Street was committed by members of NBA in retaliation for the murder of Boozilla. The man brought to the hospital with a gunshot wound to the neck ended up being NBA affiliate NBA Joe. Police later arrested Youngboy, Ben 10, and another NBA affiliate named Big B, aka Self-Paid, in connection with the shooting. But by that time, Youngboy was starting to blow up as a rapper and signed a deal with Atlantic Records in 2017. This gave him the money to help fight the case, and several record label executives showed up to court to testify on his behalf. Youngboy ended up getting the charges dropped to aggravated assault with a firearm and was granted a 10-year suspended sentence. Ben 10 was also charged with principal to attempted first-degree murder for his involvement in the shooting and spent some time locked up. Prosecutors originally named Ben as the primary shooter in the attack, but court records show that while he was in jail, Ben made a phone call to an unnamed minor and told him to admit to being the shooter. This shifted the blame onto the other person, and Ben was able to get his charges reduced. He also received a suspended sentence along with Youngboy and got out around the same time. Even after his release, he and Youngboy wasn't allowed to be around each other, but they ain't exactly obeyed his order too closely. In May 2019, NBA Youngboy was shot at outside of his hotel in Miami, and several innocent bystanders got hit, including his girlfriend. Youngboy fired back and was eventually arrested in connection with the shooting. The charges was dropped, but it was revealed that Ben was with him, which violated their parole. So Youngboy spent about 90 days in jail, then got put on house arrest for the rest of his probation. And even though he couldn't be around Youngboy, Ben still continued to
Youngboy is always on house arrest.
Later that year, he was at a show in Dallas with Baby Joe and OG3 when some people started being disrespectful in the crowd. Ben stopped the show to find out what they wanted. He yelled back at them, "If y'all want to come punch me, come jump on the stage and punch me in my shit." He then drops the mic, jumps off the stage into the crowd, and starts fighting the dudes who was talking shit. So it ain't hard to tell why the courts don't want NBA Ben 10 and Youngboy to be around each other, because they both got the same type of wild energy. Ben 10 and Youngboy eventually reunited after his probation ended in December 2019, but it didn't take long for Ben 10 to be sent right back to jail. On October 13, 2020, Ben was arrested along with 7 other men in a federal indictment for various drug trafficking and firearms charges. According to police, on September 17, 2020, Ben got his hands on an AR-15 rifle while under indictment for a felony. The other men arrested in the indictment were charged with crimes ranging from weapons possession to conspiracy to heroin distribution. According to court documents, police pulled over a car Ben was driving in and searched a nearby area where they found multiple guns hidden under a house. Since Ben was a convicted felon after pleading guilty to attempted murder back in 2016, this was considered a violation of his probation. The documents also show, at the time of his arrest, Ben had a lengthy criminal history and several pending charges. Between July 2017 and September 2020, Ben was accused of 2 drug crimes, compounded by possession of a firearm, another drug crime, fleeing police, second...
I need to change the title. I realized that. Videos. So, NBA versus OTF and more. It's an intriguing ass title, right, chat? But alright.
Degree attempted murder and several traffic violations. Plus, the court records also reveal that Ben was found to be in possession of cell phones during his time in prison, which was considered a violation of the rules. The exact details of these charges ain't available, but it seems like as soon as Ben was back on the streets, he started getting busy. What's also crazy is that police brought pics and videos from Ben's social media and the evidence indicates against him. In one video, Ben was supposedly singing along to a song while holding an AR-15. In another photo, he's seen holding an AR-15 style rifle while a pistol was tucked into his pocket. So, the police were already monitoring his social media to catch him slipping. He eventually got released in September 2021, but he was only out for about 6 days before getting sent right back to jail.
6 days?
According to arrest records, he was hit with 5 different charges, including distribution or manufacturing of a Schedule I drug, possession of a Schedule I drug, illegal use of a weapon, illegal carrying of a weapon, and possession of a Schedule II drug. He got hit with a $10,000 bond for one of the drug charges and a $15,000 bond for one of the gun charges. So, in total, it came out to a $25,000 bond, which he posted not long after getting picked up. But he's still facing several open cases at this time. It seems like the feds may be trying to build a RICO case against the entire NBA crew. Youngboy was recently released on house arrest after being hit with federal firearms charges. Originally, he was denied bail and was forced to sit in prison to await trial. But after putting up $500,000 in cash and 2 properties worth over $1 million, he was released to serve his house arrest on an estate in Utah.
Yeah,
the conditions of his release also specify that he can't leave the house unless his travel plans are approved by a parole officer, and he's restricted to Utah, California, or Baton Rouge to visit family or for work only. Plus, the property will be monitored 24/7 by armed security who are there to protect him and make sure he follows the conditions of his release. So, it sounds like police have been monitoring the NBA camp for a while. It looks like they're doing everything they can to take down the entire crew, and anytime they slip up, it's right back to jail. If the rumors are true, hopefully, Ben 10 makes a fast recovery and don't get jammed up in any more legal situations in the future.
Well, he is. He probably is. 100%. Go watch this. Bro, I mean, Youngboy has beef with everybody, dog. Y'all look, you wanna watch this?
What is
Watch this one all the time.
you play and it records. You can choose exactly what you want it to record, whether it be kills, assists. Yo, what's up, bitch?
Watch that later.
Chat.
I'm gonna watch this first. YouTube.